we're back here at Bob Babb Field. We're just rain has let up here. The skies are starting to get blue out to our left. You might be able to see it there on the screen. Some gray skies still overhead. Heard a little bit of thunder, but we're getting some squeegees and brushes to get the water off of this field. Good thing for turf. Joe Cannon probably would be flooded by now. So it's a pretty heavy rain here, but we should be getting underway here probably within the next half an hour to 40 minutes. I don't have an exact time for you, so stay tuned, and we'll be back to complete this game. The Dodgers lead 3-0 over the Rockville Express. We're heading to the bottom of the fourth. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Okay, we're back here at Johns Hopkins University. Bob Babfield, Rob Stadnick here alongside Joey White. And we're just getting ready to resume play here. We're going to be in the bottom half of the fourth inning. The Baltimore Dodgers coming to bat. Zach Seal, Jaron Shelby, and Shamoy Christopher for the Dodgers, who lead this one 3-0. Dodgers not only getting it done with the bats, getting it done on the defensive side as well.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon McElwain's really been the star of this game so far for the Baltimore Dodgers. Had the 2 RBI single in the bottom half of the third inning, put the Dodgers up 3-0, and has made 2 incredible catches out in right field. As our social media guy today and other intern Connor Newcomb said, he's trying to get a little bit of respect from his wide receiver core out there in Cal Berkeley, show that if he throws it out there, he can get it just as well as they can.
Quarterbacks can catch too.
Yeah.
Just like kickers are players too, quarterbacks can catch too.
But yeah, no, it's been a great start to this game for the Baltimore Dodgers, jumping out 3-0 here. Shane Coker was the guy who started off bunting down the third base line into a shift and was brought all the way around in the bottom half of the second to score the first run. As I mentioned, McElwain bringing home the next 2. So now we're going to start in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Zach Seal, the first baseman, in the batter's box. No pitching changes here after the rain delay. Ian Scheidman staying on the mound for the Express. Casey Gast will more than likely come out for the Dodgers. As he swings through, second pitch there, 0-2 the count quickly on Seal. Gast was out there, though, during the rain delay. Once the rain subsided, he was out there, brushing water off the field. We weren't sure whether he was going to come back out. We think he will.
Yeah, I talked to him before we started play back up here, and he definitely will.
That ball was grounded to the shortstop, Adorno there. Easy play made by McFadden at first base to get the first out of the bottom half of this inning back from the rain delay. And it really came down. I mean, you know better than me. Rain-soaked right now is my partner, Rob Stadnick, as he was trying to go get a bottle of water during the rain delay. And as he said earlier, yeah, your shirt is a different color blue than mine right now.
Yeah, me and the PA announcer, Billy Goheen, went to get water during the rain delay, and we got soaked.
That's going to bring up Jaron Shelby, the center fielder for the Baltimore Dodgers. Shelby, last time he was up, had the sacrifice fly that brought Coker home for the first run of the game. Looking to get on base there. He tried to check his swing, went around, though, said the home plate umpire, makes the count 0-2.
Yeah, Shelby struggling this year for the Dodgers, below the Mendoza line with the batting average, having a tough go of it.
That pitch is high and outside there for a ball, 1-2. Yeah, Shelby was a guy, highly touted player, brought in from the State College of Florida. He and his teammate Austin James, 2 really big-time names on this team. One struggling, one not nearly as much. Another pitch low and outside. 2-2 the count. State College of Florida had 4 guys get drafted in about the MLB draft that occurred about 2.5 weeks ago. Shelby looking to be another one of those guys, probably. But he ropes that one past the shortstop Adorno onto the wall. It's going to go. He's going to try to get extra bases. He's digging for second. Won't have to slide. Stands up. Might have been a little bit closer than he originally thought. He jogged his way into second base there. What looked to be, from my eyes at least, it looked to be a single. Made it all the way down into the warning track and hit off the wall. An extra base hit for Shelby, to hopefully to break him out of his slump. Yeah,
again, another playing on turf fields. That ball's going to move a little bit quicker than you expect. A ball that cannon's probably just a single and ends up scooting past Goldberg and left, getting all the way to the wall, and he's got a double.
And that's going to bring up the switch-hitting catcher, Shamoy Christopher, hitting out of the left-handed batter's box against the right-handed Scheidman. One swing of the bat probably brings the speedy Shelby home from second. Runner goes there. Shamoy Christopher takes the pitch. The throw over from the catcher Brosdale is not in time. An easy steal there for Jaron Shelby, puts him on third. And now sac fly brings him home as well.
Yeah, second time we've seen the Dodgers take third base on a steal. They're getting very good jumps off of Scheidman, and Brosdale really not having much of a chance to throw runners out.
Christopher, the more offensive-oriented catcher on this team, takes a pitch low and inside for a ball. Count now 3-0. So right out of the gate, Scheidman pitched decently well, had a couple innings of work, had a little bit of trouble. And he's starting to see another jam here with one out and Christopher at the plate. Christopher taking all the way. That one's going to be inside as well. A 4-pitch walk. Christopher jogs on over to first. Runners on the corners. And New Mexico State left fielder David Bellamy about to take the batter's box, but not before a timeout, as the infield comes in to talk to their pitcher Scheibman about the situation at hand.
Yeah, Rick Price coming out to speak with his infielders. With runners on first and third, you always have to wonder what kind of play you're going to have on. Are you going to try and throw the runner out at second if he tries to steal and possibly allow that runner to come in from third base? A lot of times you'll have a fake throw from the catcher, or sometimes they'll just pop up and throw it down to third, trying to get the runner at third base leaning. Sometimes you'll have the second baseman coming and cutting it off. So they're trying to get on the same page here. Not to mention a 4-pitch walk. You want to talk to the pitcher anyway, but trying to get the infield on the same page, what's going on. Looks like the middle infield is going to back up to double play depth where the infield was in earlier.
Bellamy, the left fielder in today's game, has played a little bit of right field. Seeing him on the opposite side today. Last time he was up, hit a fly ball out into center field, although this time he did the same thing. Oh, no, it looked like they were trying to employ the double steal there. Oh, runner comes in from third base and home. So just to recap there real quick, because I didn't articulate that very well, they were trying to move the runner over from third base on a bunt, trying to do the squeeze play, bring home Shelby. He kind of had to chop his feet. Christopher was running all the way on that. They threw down to second base, and that allowed Shelby to come home, and that puts a run on the board for the Baltimore Dodgers.
Yeah, not a particularly well-executed play there by the Express, as they didn't get any outs on the play.
And that pitch is way outside from Scheibman. That's going to bring Christopher around to third.
Just to go back on that double steal, Shelby does get credit for the steal of home on that. Throw down to second base might have been in time to get the catcher, Christopher, but Lennox, covering second base, stepped in front and tried to throw Shelby out at home, and the play really wasn't even all that close. So a bit of poor execution.
And that pitch from Scheibman is fouled out down the third base line. Play made by Jack Barry to get Bellamy out for the second out of this inning in a very weird turn of events. Bellamy doesn't do anything with the bat, but a runner does come home.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Dodgers, that runner at third base could have been picked up just with any sort of fly ball out into the outfield. Unfortunately, it's going to take a base hit now from Taj Porter to get him home.
Last time Porter was up, he struck out swinging on a nice curveball from Scheibman. He got out in front of it a little bit. First pitch going to go across the heart of the plate there for a strike. Again, Christopher standing on third. Score now 4-0. Scheibman's worked himself into a little bit of a jam again. That pitch is going to bounce in the dirt, or not the dirt, I guess we're going to call that the turf. The turf dirt there, trying to simulate that regulation baseball field. 1-1 the count. Porter swings all the way through that one on a breaking ball. Makes the count 1-2. Scheibman trying to get himself out of the inning only with one run after a 45-minute rain delay from Bob Babb Field here at Stroman Stadium.
As we mentioned, Taj Porter hitting a home run in yesterday's ball game. He's got 2 on the season, only 4 RBIs. Both his home runs solo shots, so having a low RBI total, but a chance to get another one here.
Scheibman delivers, and that one is bounced right in front of home plate, fielded cleanly by the pitcher Scheibman, flipped on over to McFadden, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. Christopher can't come home, but the Dodgers do get one run on the double steal. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have Johns Hopkins Blue Jay and our homecoming court king for this homecoming game, Josh Hedgka, sitting with me in the booth. Stay tuned. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers Baseball. top of the order up here for the Rockville Express in the top half of the 5th inning. Baltimore Dodgers currently have a 4-0 lead. I'm now joined by Johns Hopkins Blue Jay himself. He's also one of the pitchers on this Baltimore Dodgers pitching staff, and most recently regarded as the homecoming king in today's Baltimore Dodgers magazine. Josh Hedska is joining me by my side. Josh, how are you doing today? Endured that long rain delay there. I saw you had a little bit of Chipotle. Was a little jealous.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I wish I was playing, but it's nice to be in the booth. That's a good second place.
Yeah, I mean, you're a computer science major. Ever think about a communications minor? Maybe take my job at some point?
My good friend Harrison Swartz, who does the broadcasting for Johns Hopkins, yeah, I talk to him about that sometimes, but I don't think it's in my future.
Justin Meekins currently at the plate, top of the order, up for the Rockville Express. Meekins, the designated hitter in today's game. That first pitch goes in for a strike. Sorry, that pitch goes for a strikeout. It was a 1-2 count. He swung through that one, tipped into the glove of Shamoy Christopher for the first out of the inning. I'm sort of losing track here talking to Josh. Josh and I had a couple conversations during the season this year. I wrote an article on some of the things you've been able to do this year, working an internship at DyeCorp as well as being a pitcher here. Next batter up for the Rockville Express is the shortstop Christian Adorno. Adorno in this game so far had a single in the first inning and then flew out to the center fielder. And now, Josh, this field, one thing that's come into play right now has been the turf. A couple times in this game, the Dodgers have had to deal with balls coming up off the carpet, if you will, and had to make a couple different plays. Is it any different for you out there on the mound, having to watch it as that ball actually escapes? I'm going to stop you there. Out into the right field corner as Adorno comes around second, and he's going to get a stand-up double. That ball went past the glove of the first baseman, Zach Seal. But back to my point, pitching, yourself being a submarine pitcher out here on the turf, does that change any of the way you go into a game or approach it?
Yeah, see, I'm a pitcher who gets a lot of ground balls just based on the way my fastball kind of dives a little bit. So it's nice playing on a turf field where there's not going to be as many bad bounces. It is going to be it is different getting used to the different types of bounces because obviously the ball bounces a lot higher here. But it's nice knowing my fielders will get true bounces and not have to worry about hitting a rock or something like that.
Pierce Howard now up to bat for the Rockville Express. That ball is hit right to the first baseman, Zach Seal, to get the second out of the inning. Christian Dorno advances over to third base. But yeah, kind of upsetting. I was looking over on the Cal Ripken website, and it said probable pitcher for the day, Josh Hedgkin. I was like, oh man, he's going to be able to play on his home turf here in front of some of the Johns Hopkins faithful that might make their way over. Friends and family. Have you had friends and family come on over to Joe Cannon and watch you pitch since you've been so close?
Yes, actually. My dad came into town last weekend, and he's here again this weekend. He came a lot during the Hopkins season as well. Makes the 7.5-hour drive from Detroit. He actually flew this weekend, save himself some time. But yeah, it's nice always having my dad here. I'm really lucky that he always is willing to make that trip.
Up next now for the Rockville Express is catcher Trent Brosdale. Brosdale 0 for 1 so far on the day. Reached on an error in the first inning. Flew out to the right fielder Brandon McElwain, who made an amazing catch out there in right field. Gast right now has a runner on third looking to get out of the inning unscathed after the rain delay. That ball was popped up high into center field. Shelby's going to get underneath that one. He moves in to make the catch. That's going to do it here for the top half of the fifth inning. Didn't get to talk to Josh as much as I would nearly want to, but that's going to do it here. We're going to move down to the bottom half of the fifth. Dodgers up 4-0. Stay tuned.
For having me.
You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Dodgers now looking to bat around here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The score 4-0 here from Bob Babb Field at Stromberg Stadium. Did I say that right, Josh?
Yes, you did. Stromberg Stadium.
There you go. Out here with Josh Hedgeka, the Baltimore Dodgers submariner and Johns Hopkins Blue Jays baseball team member, as Joey Ortiz comes up in the top of the order here. First pitch outside for a ball. A couple guys out here in the field that you said you've played against from Salisbury, right?
That's right, yep. The third baseman of the Rockville Express is on Salisbury, and then their DH today, Justin Meekins, he's on Salisbury as well, so I pitched against them and have some experience.
That third baseman would be Jack Berry. Second pitch to Joey Ortiz outside for a ball. How'd you do against him? Do you remember?
I went 5 innings and got the win in a relief role, so it was a good game.
Next pitch in for a strike. Yeah, you said you mostly came out of the bullpen, if not almost entirely came out of the bullpen in a relief role this year for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not sure how many appearances I made. 17, I think. My friend just helped me out. He also had 17 on the year. But all of them were in a relief role, though some of them near the end of the year were 5 innings or 3 innings long, so I got to extend a little bit and stretch out.
The 2-2 pitch was lined down the third base line, foul. Now, are you looking then to progress into more of a starting role into the next season? Is that something you're looking to do?
That'd be great. I'm not sure exactly what my coaches have planned, and I love relieving as well, so I'm down to do whatever, but if my coaches ask on me to start, I would absolutely love to.
Another one hit down the third base line. I think hit off the foot of Joey Ortiz. He's in a little bit of pain there. Yeah, I mean, well, they should see if you've gone 2 times 8 innings during this Cal Ripken Summer League season, so you definitely have the ability to do so. One thing I was talking to one of your teammates up here in the press box about is your ability to mix pitches, and the fact that I'm going to stop you there. Joey Ortiz slaps one between the third baseman and the shortstop for a single.
Such a good hitter, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that actually a little bit. Ortiz, besides Shane Coker, one of the 2 guys on this team hitting above 300, but he seems to just get it done time and time again.
He does, yeah. He comes through when we need him the most. He gets a big hit, whether it's a double, triple, home run, or just a base hit like that to start off an inning.
Well, let me tell you what, Joey Ortiz hitting in the 1 hole. Austin James now number 2, second and first on the team in RBIs right now. Kind of interesting to see out of your leadoff hitter being so high up in RBIs, but he's been able to do it all year.
Absolutely. That's what happens when you get on so much and you get those clutch hits.
That's going to bring up, as I said, Austin James, his middle infield counterpart. They were part of a double play earlier today. James leading this team in home runs as well as RBIs with 22, so that's a pretty dangerous 1-2 punch at the top of the order.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and predict a home run right now.
All right.
Over the bushes in left field.
It's a short porch over there, but that next pitch is low away for a ball, 1-1 the count. Yeah, James is the guy, for a shortstop, he's a pretty big guy. He's sitting at about 6'2".
Oh, yeah.
And so he's been able to produce the power at a very non-traditional power spot on the defensive side as a shortstop.
Absolutely. It's great having him and Joey behind me, especially since I said I get so many ground balls.
Runner going there, but that ball is fouled down the third base line. A hit and run employed there. Ortiz got to go back to first base. And that's another thing about Ortiz. I was talking to Rob earlier today. I guess he's now 12 for 12. Has not been caught stealing yet this season.
Wow.
So he's been able to show a little bit of everything so far. In the article that is in Baltimore Dodgers Magazine, I kind of coined him as Mr. Reliable back there. But that ball is chopped down the third base line. Jack Berry's not going to be able to make the play in second on Ortiz. Throws over to Cody McFadden to get the out.
Yeah, not the best prediction on my part.
Yeah, it's okay. That's why you're down there getting the outs, and I'm up here calling the outs.
Fair enough.
But yeah, you said your dad makes the 7.5-hour drive from Detroit to come down here?
7.5-hour drive, and whenever he came during the Hopkins season, he drove. Never flew, and yeah, it's awesome that he's willing to do that. It's really great.
Yeah, I saw your dad come in here a little bit ago. Good to see you have family here, get to watch you play another time on your home turf.
For sure.
And that one is ripped by Brandon McElwain down the left field line. It's going to hit the wall. Ortiz is going to come around and score easily. That's going to be a long single off the wall for Brandon McElwain, and he's having himself a day. That's going to be his 3rd RBI of the game.
And he had that great play in the outfield earlier, too.
He's been doing a little bit of everything here, and that's kind of a testament to what I think of when I think of a multi-talented athlete, because he's also playing football.
For sure.
He's out there in right field. He's making a lot of great plays. Let's talk a little bit about the dynamic of the clubhouse. What's it like being around this group of guys now that you've been around them for half a season?
Yeah, it was really weird coming in at first because I didn't know anybody on the team. There's a couple kids who I've played against. There's a couple Salisbury kids, but yeah, let me. Oh,
Oh, and that ball from Shane Coker was hit to the second baseman, was not able to make the play. Billy Lennox tried to flip it over to a shortstop, Adorno, but no outs were accumulated on that one as Brandon McElwain slides safely into second. That's going to put 2 on now for the first baseman, Zach Seal, who just joined the team actually pretty recently, within the past couple of weeks. But you were saying at first it was a little bit weird trying to get used to the new clubhouse type feel.
yeah, but it's such a great group of guys. They're all so supportive. They're all great. They're all always give you knuckles after you come in from the inning, and they're a bunch of great teammates, bunch of great guys. I'm glad I got to know them all.
Definitely, you got another half of the season to do it. Dodgers currently sitting 2.5 games right now outside of wild card contention, looking to make the playoffs for the first time in program history. As that pitch to Seals down low into the dirt. Now 1-1 the count with 1 out, 2 on for Zach Seal, trying to bring home some more runs here. Score 5-0. And now let's talk a little bit about the back-to-back situation. Did you have to play many doubleheaders when you were in college with Johns Hopkins so far? Or?
Do you mean do I have to pitch in both games of them?
No, in college, do you guys play
Yeah,
a decent amount of them?
in our league games, we play every Saturday doubleheader.
There you go. So that's a little different from what I'm used to. Their double play, though, ends the inning for the Dodgers. Zach Seal grounds into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. And that's going to do it here. The Dodgers get another run. We're going to send it now to the top half of the 6th as the Rockville Express are going to look to get onto the board. I want to thank Josh for joining us here. It's been good to have him around.
Thank you again for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, stay tuned for more Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Top half of the 6th inning here, Dakota McFadden up to bat for the Rockville Express, currently down 5-0 in this game. Casey Gass still on the mound for the Baltimore Dodgers, as that first pitch is low for a ball against McFadden. Next pitch in for a strike. Last time McFadden was up, flew out a fly 9, ended his time out there. Hit to the right fielder, Brandon McElwain, who's made a multitude of great plays out there so far. Count sitting at 2-1 for Gast. That pitch, a breaking ball, unable to get over the heart of the plate, makes the count 3-1. Fastball count now for McFadden. McFadden showing off a little bit of the flexibility in this game, ranging over to stretch out and a couple of double plays as he hits that one hard to Joey Ortiz, who fields that one cleanly and continues his streak of not accumulating an error so far during this Cal Ripken Summer League season with the out. Real quickly, wanted to mention Josh Hetzka. He got off the mic, was kind of antsy afterward. He said, "Oh man, I should have shouted out my grandmother." So to Josh Hetzka's grandma, who's listening to the broadcast, he was thinking of you during this game. He wanted to shout you out real quick. So there you go. And that's going to bring up now for the Express Billy Lennox, the second baseman. He takes the first pitch in for a ball. Lennox a part of that middle infield play where they were trying to get the double play on Shane Coker. It was a bad flip that didn't accumulate any runs. As a pitch is inside to Lennox now for a ball. 2-0 the count. Lennox reached on an error in the second inning and then had a single, wasn't able to come around. As the Express are looking to put a run on the board still, there's a strike now for Casey Gass, 2-1 the count. Christopher sets up outside, and that one's hit right down the middle for Lennox. It's going to be hit to the center fielder, Jaron Shelby, for a single, making that the third time that Lennox has gotten on base in this game. Rockville's going to have to start scoring in bunches here. There's kind of running out of time. We're in the top half of the sixth inning. They get 2 more innings to get it done. Minor league rules here. In a doubleheader, you got to play 2 7-inning games. And that's going to bring up the third baseman, Jack Barry, who's also himself made a couple of nice plays over there in foul territory. First pitch from Casey Gass outside, a ball. Barry 1 for 1 on the day, did walk, and then it reached on a single. And that pitch from Gass is in for a strike. Sun finally coming out here at Bob Babb Field at Stromberg Stadium. Had a lot of overcast clouds that created a rain delay. But that one's hit high over the head of Austin James and into left field. David Bellamy fields it cleanly. Another single there for the Rockville Express, this time by Jack Barry. That's going to put 2 on and 1 out. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Brandon Crawford from Prince George's Community College. Gass gets himself to another little bit of a jam. He chops that one to Taj Porter, who throws it over to the shortstop, Joey Ortiz, and is unable to make the play. That's going to bring home 1 runner. Billy Lennox is going to reach on the throwing error from Porter. Jack Barry heads over to third base. And just like that, the Rockville Express finally get a run on the board in this ballgame. Taj Porter came up with it quickly, tried to make the throw over to get the double play, to get his pitcher out of the inning, but Ortiz had to reach across his body, had to go hand side to try to field that ball and was unable to do so, and that escaped out into the outfield. And now that's going to bring up the left fielder, Sam Goldberg. Runners are now on the corners in this game. Count 1-0. Next pitch comes in for a strike. 1-1 the count now. Goldberg 0-1 on this game. Reached on a walk and then flew out to center fielder Jaron Shelby as Casey Gass goes over to check on Brandon Crosby on first. Express trying to make up for lost time here. Only a couple more innings to get it done. Down 5-1 right now as that pitch is outside for a ball. Now 2-1 the count. Porter had a rough day so far from at third base. Had a ball go underneath his glove, go down the third base line for an error earlier in the game. Unable to make the throw to put the sixth inning over for his pitcher Gast. As that one is high for a ball. 3-1 the count now. Runners on the corners. Goldberg, the lefty, facing the lefty Gast here in this matchup. So he hits that one down behind the first baseline and out of play. Brings the count full, 3-2 with 1 out. Infielders sitting at double play depth, trying to get their pitcher out of the inning. Runner going. Zach Seal tries to get the field to play. Austin James goes to get the ball at shortstop. Brandon Crosby slides himself off the bag on the throw over from Zach Seal to Austin James on the stolen base attempt. And James has to go fishing for him and ends up generating that out. So that puts their 3-2 the count. 2 out here. A strikeout would end the inning for Casey Gast. And that curveball does not get the inside corner. Casey Gast and the catcher both thought the inning was done. But that's going to be a walk. Sam Goldberg replaces Brandon Crosby on first. Keeps runners on the corners here with 2 out. And that's going to bring the top part of the lineup up again. Justin Meekins, the designated hitter, steps into the batter's box. Meekins hits the first pitch down the right field line, and that's going to hit it's going to hit the wall out in right field. Crosby's going to have to go make a play on it. Sorry, excuse me. McElwain has to make a play on it, throws it back into the infield, but not before another runner comes in for the Rockville Express, making the score 5-2. A double there off the high wall in right field from Justin Meekins shortens the Baltimore Dodgers lead to 3. As the pitching coach for the Baltimore Dodgers comes out to talk to his starting pitcher, Gast. Seeing a little action out there in the bullpen. I believe that's Connor Grove, the Judson University player who's pitched a little bit this season, also seen a lot of time at first base.
Yeah, hasn't seen as much time. Well, hello, I'm back. Hasn't seen as much time at the plate since Shane Coker has made his way to the Dodgers, but did play a good amount before early on in the season.
As we welcome back Rob Stadnick to this broadcast, I had to pull a little bit of double duty there, work the scoreboard during this broadcast, as well as keeping us in track with the live stream. Yes, next pitch is down on the turf for a 1-1 count against Christian Adorno, the shortstop. Runners on second and third. Gas steps off the mound, looks at his catcher trying to get the sign.
Yeah, that runner at second base, the potential tying run.
I mean, score is right now 5-2.
Oh, yeah, the Dodgers scored last inning. Sorry, I was doing a lot of running around and forgot to count that in my brain.
And that ball is popped down the right field line. Brandon McElwain gets underneath that one and makes the catch to end the inning. Express get on the board finally. They score 2 runs. That's going to do it. We're going to move to the bottom half of the 6th inning where the Dodgers are going to try to get those back. Stay tuned. Rob Stadnick's going to take you the rest of the way. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers Baseball.
Here at Bob Babb Field at Stromberg Stadium. Baltimore Dodgers lead 5-2.
There you go.
As we're here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. As Jaron Shelby leads things off. Takes the first delivery in there for strike one. Shelby 1 for 1 today. He doubled out in the left center his last time and hits a high fly ball deep out to left. Going back to the track is Goldberg. Reaches up to make the catch, probably about 4 feet from the wall. But didn't have to actually leap in the air to make the catch. Still an out, but a hard hit, high fly ball out. Deep, could have given the Dodgers another run.
Yeah, earlier in the game, Shelby doubled in the 4th inning, getting some of that confidence back. He hit that one pretty hard, hit that pretty high up into the air. And that's a short porch over there in the left field, only 307 to the left field corner. So it wasn't going to get quite out, but I think Shelby's starting to see some of his confidence come back.
And that'll bring Chamoy Christopher to the plate. He takes the first delivery up for a ball and a line drive out in the right center. That's going to get down for base hit, and it's going to get past the center fielder, Howard, all the way to the wall. Christopher heading to second base, and he's going to hold up right there at second base as the ball getting into Adorno on that double cut. And Christopher, very good job holding up at second base because he was, well, it would have been very difficult for him to be safe over there at third on that relay. As now we've got pitching change. Looks like it's as manager Rick Price out to get his pitcher, and he is taking the ball. Number 17, the new pitcher, Chris Roosevelt for the Rockville Express, and we'll talk about him when we get back. A runner at second base with just one away for the Dodgers, who lead 5-2. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Back here at Johns Hopkins University, Rob Stanek alongside Joey White. The Dodgers holding a 5-2 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. As David Bellamy coming to the plate with a runner in scoring position in just one away. He's going to face off against new pitcher Chris Roosevelt. Coming out of the, well, actually came out of the dugout. Didn't come out of the bullpen for the Express. Roosevelt not even looking at the plate when he started his delivery and delivers high and wide to Bellamy. The Ian Schneidman went 5 1/3, gave up 8 hits, walked 1, struck out 2. That runner on second base is his responsibility. Already 5 across against Schneidman. Lefty-righty matchup as Bellamy swings and misses at a breaking ball way out ahead of that one. Even count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Roosevelt just finished up his freshman season at Cecil Community College. He's from Elkton, Maryland. Pitching 34 games this season for Cecil. It's a foul ball here by Bellamy. That's not right. He played in the field. He was a fielder in 34 games. That would have been a lot of pitches thrown. Appeared in 13 games on the mound, recording 2 saves, 16 2/3 innings for Cecil. So another two-way player and a breaking ball catching the outside corner, getting Bellamy to go down looking It's his first strikeout and the first batter he faces, and that'll leave the runner at second base. Taj Porter will come to the plate.
Roosevelt this year for the Rockville Express has 3 appearances, all of them coming out of the bullpen. 11 2/3 innings of work here so far. 2 wins, no losses, so he's been able to come out of the pen and be successful, get a little bit of run support.
As Taj Porter, switch hitter, standing in from the left side, and an inside move to check on the runner out at second base. As we've seen, the Dodgers have taken third base a number of times. Not probably the best idea to try it here with 2 away and being already in scoring position. Taj Porter, as we mentioned before, just 4 RBIs on the season, but 2 of those RBIs coming off of home runs. So he's certainly got the pop in his bat and short porch out here and right. His first delivery to him missing up and away. Now, it is a short porch, but you do have to hit the ball up in the air. It's almost like the Green Monster at Fenway. Not quite as tall, not as impressive because it's just a big net. But, it's only 295 as a breaking ball missing the outside corner, so certainly reachable. Porter will be attending his freshman year at Louisiana Lafayette coming up this fall, and he takes a breaking ball in there at the knees. Certainly not what he was expecting there as Roosevelt going to the breaking ball 2-0. I talked to Porter a little bit about the interest that he got from different schools. A lot of schools from around the Louisiana area where he's from, and none of the like super major big schools like LSU and those sort of things, but a lot of local area schools were interested, and he decided to go to Louisiana Lafayette, like the campus and the baseball program and everything. So he's going to be starting there this fall, and we certainly wish him well. And this being his first taste of college pitching, hopefully it'll springboard him into a pretty good college career down there in Louisiana, as the breaking ball will miss outside. 3-1 now the count on Porter.
Certainly, it's hard for me to remind myself that some of these kids on this team are actually younger than me, one of them being Taj Porter. Conducts himself very well as he draws the walk there, not meaning to steal your thunder, but yeah, I mean, Taj Porter, really well, respectful kid, very well spoken, hard player, hard worker, and he acts a lot more mature than I do sometimes, that's for sure.
Yeah, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but when I was trying to find out some more information on him, being the fact that he's just coming out of high school, I asked him about his best experiences in high school, and he begrudgingly told me about a grand slam that he hit as Ortiz pops one high in the air into the infield over to third base, and Jordan Berry's there to make the catch. And just to finish that thought really quickly, Taj Porter got a lot of crap from his teammates for that, because I guess they felt he was being braggy. I mean, they were joking with him about it, but he talked himself up a little bit and didn't go over so well. But Dodgers go down here in the 6th inning. We're heading to the top of the 7th. Casey Gass back out on the mound. He's going to try and close out his own ball game. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. All right, we're back for the top of the 7th inning. The Baltimore Dodgers holding a 3-run lead, a score of 5-2. as they try and close things out here as we're playing 2 7-inning ball games today. And Casey Gass back out on the mound. He's going to face the heart of the order for the Express. And a breaking ball in there for a strike to Pierce Howard leading things off. Howard 0 for 3. Flew out in the first, struck out in the third, and a ground ball to first back in the fifth. The 0-1, fastball in there at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. Howard with a quick head shake, not completely in agreement with the call. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Dropping down is Gassed and missing up and in to Howard. Ball and 2 strikes. That has to be unsettling as a left-handed hitter. Obviously, we see how effective Josh Hedge's sidearm and submarine delivery is. But when you've got a pitcher pitching from over the top, is the 1-2 will miss outside. If you got a pitcher normally pitching from over the top or 3/4 drops down to the side, it changes the eye angle and you might not be expecting it. 2-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch hit on the ground through the right side. Well, Ortiz able to get over there, but it was way too late. By the time he picked it up, Howard was a step from first base. So an infield single for Howard. That's a ball there that you might want to see Zach Seal try and get and trust your pitcher to get over there. It wouldn't have been an easy play for Seal by any means. He would probably had to have dove over to get the baseball. But there was really no chance for Ortiz, who was shaded a little bit up the middle, to make that play as Trent Brosdahl will come in and foul one off over by Joey's car.
Still has me worried. I'll go look at it here in a little bit. I'll go, once the Dodgers, hopefully, if they're able to close this out, then I might go check on it just to make sure there's not any bumps or bruises on it. It's a decently new car for me. Mom would not be too happy.
Well, you want to talk about difficult or being worried about your car. There's a fastball in there on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes now to Brosdale. Over at Carlo Crispino Field, or Stadium, excuse me, on the campus of Calvert Hall, it is a very condensed parking lot. It's a very dense parking lot is what I should say, not condensed, as pitch missing outside here. So if there's a foul ball to the parking lot, it's getting a car, I'd say 75% of the time. A lot of people don't park close to the stadium. They park a little further over, and honestly, that's probably the worst thing you can do because most of the foul balls aren't going, 10 feet past the fence. They're going 30, 40 feet because they're like foul ball line drive off in that direction. Ball and 2 strikes to count on Brosdale. Brosdale 0 for 3. Reach on an error by Austin James in the first, and a couple of flyouts. The delivery. Fly ball out into right center. Heading over is McElwain. He's not going to get it. That's going to split the gap and go all the way to the wall. Heading to third base is Howard. He's going to stand right there and in within, a double. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Trent Brosdahl. And the Express have some business. They're in business as they try and cut into this Dodger lead. Tying run now coming to the plate. And here comes Derek Brown to get his pitcher as he's calling to the bullpen. Connor Grove going to be coming into the game. And he's going to try and close things out for the Dodgers as we take a break. We'll be back. This is Baltimore Dodgers Baseball. All right, back here at Bob Babb Field at Stromberg Stadium. I'm Rob Static alongside Joey White. And the Dodgers in a bit of trouble here. As Connor Grove will take the hill with runners at second and third. Nobody away, facing off against Dakota McFadden as Casey Gast unable to complete his game. Connor Grove will wind and deliver a fastball. Just getting out of the way was McFadden. Grove can bring it, can absolutely bring it, but he has shown a propensity to be a bit wild in his short time on the mound for the Dodgers here this summer. And a fastball missing high. 2 balls and no strikes to McFadden. McFadden, the potential tying run at the plate right now. As winding and delivering is Grove, the 2-0. Chopper towards short. James picks it up. Throws to first to record the first out. Run comes across. But that's not what the Dodgers are worried about. They need to get outs. Runner moving to third, Trent Brosdale. 6-3. That run that came across will be charged to Casey Gast. Casey Gast, 6+ innings, allowing 7 hits. Walked 2, hit a batter, struck out 3. That 1 run across is his. The other 2 are his too. Only one of which, just that last one coming in earned. Fastball catching the inside corner to Lennox for a strike. So a couple of unearned runs and 1 unearned for Gast, and a fastball missing the inside corner. Ball and a strike to Billy Lennox. Lennox reached on an error back in the second and singled in the fourth and singled in the sixth. And now he chops 1 foul. And I'm going to stop saying "and" before every sentence. We'll continue going on with proper grammar for at least the next 5 seconds. Probably because I'm going to try not to talk that much in that period of time. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Billy Lennox. And a breaking ball. Good thing it was a breaking ball because that ball started right out at Lennox. Almost hit him. Even if you count 2 balls and 2 strikes, I don't think Lennox will be diving out over the plate after that one, even though it was just a breaking ball. Still gets the heart pumping.
Yeah, Grove, as you mentioned, not seeing a ton of time on the mound and didn't have that much time at Judson University either. Was actually a catcher, been converted to a first baseman, and didn't get to pitch very much this past season.
2-2. Fastball in, fouled away by Lennox. Good job to stay alive there.
So he's still trying to get adjusted right now to the feel of, collegiate pitching. He's not had that feel for a while. And so he said he's starting to feel a little bit dialed in. He's starting to get a feel for his pitches, his fastball, his breaking ball. He's going to try to get it done here today.
And he'll wind and deliver the 2-2. A breaking ball hit on the ground to short. There is James. He's going to have to hurry. The throw's in the dirt. Not in time. Beating it out is Billy Lennox. And another run coming across as Trent Brosdale will score the 4th run of the game. The tying run now on base. As now Jack Berry will stand in.
Yeah, that throw from Austin James came in a little bit low, usually pretty sure-handed over there. That one bounced in front of Pierce, and Lennox was able to just leg it out, keep himself alive, and like you said, tying run now on the base paths, winning run at the plate.
Well, the go-ahead run anyway, as the Dodgers will get a chance to bat if the game is tied. So the runner at first base, Billy Lennox. He is the tying run, but let's hope, we don't have to see that happen. Is now a ball getting past Christopher. And back to the backstop. And I was going to tell you what Lennox's history was as far as stealing this summer, but I'm not going to have to now because, well, he's over on the wild pitch. So now the tying run out at second base with just 1 away.
And I was going to mention how a double play could end the game for the Dodgers, but it doesn't look nearly as likely now as you're not going to have the force out at second.
Yeah, the force out isn't necessary. Just get a nice hard hit ball at somebody here and get the runner heading off. Well, there's a hard hit ball at somebody, but that somebody's over in the Dodger bullpen. So foul ball. And Ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes to Jack Barry. Barry was hit by a pitch in the third and has a pair of singles. Obviously, it would be big here if he could pick one up for the Express. Be a bit heartbreaking for the Dodgers. A breaking ball in there for strike 3. And Barry giving the stare down and a few words to the home plate umpire. Man, being a college student, that's pretty gutsy. I'm surprised he can get run right there.
Yeah, that's another bull move there, but I think that pitch might have, if you're a Dodgers fan, that hit the rubber, but if you're a Rockville Express fan, that one might have got a part of the batter's box. Either way, it's a pitch by Connor Grove that generates a nice out there. The caught-looking strike puts a pinch runner actually into the batter's box now for the Rockville Express, number 42, Jacob Barnwell.
Will be hitting for Brandon Crosby. Actually, for a second there, because you don't have to throw 4 wide ones anymore for an intentional walk, I thought Crosby was going to get intentionally walked there. I thought he was getting ready to throw his bat and head down to first until I saw Barnwell walking to the plate. So he's going to try and get it done for the Express, and he takes a fastball on the outside corner. You come in to see that 90 plus. That's not easy to do coming off the bench.
And that one had a lot of pop into the glove of Shamoy Christopher there, and just sitting around down in the dugout, it's going to be hard to come out and generate a hit here. As he swings all the way through a breaking ball right there.
Yeah, nice slider there by Connor Grove as he's now 1 strike away from getting the Dodgers out of this and earning his first save of the summer. Barnwell went 1 for 5 in yesterday's game, struck out twice, so there's certainly hope for that here as Shamoy Christopher setting up on the outside and a fastball coming inside. Is missing his spot there, Connor Grove, but Barnwell fouling it away. Barnwell will be a junior at Ohio State next spring, or next fall. Originally from Cattlesburg, Kentucky. Takes a fastball just off the inside corner.
I think you mean the Ohio State University.
I don't. It's true, though. It is the Ohio State University,
No.
but this is the Johns Hopkins University.
Yeah. No, I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek there. If you talk to someone who goes to Ohio State, they got to give you grief for that for whatever reason. So.
Oh, I believe me. I know. I've heard my share of it to know that. 1-2, ground ball to the right side. Knocked down by Seal. Seal dives to first. He makes the play! Seal lost his glove on the dive, dives to first base, barehanded with the baseball, beats the runner to the bag. Absolutely insane way to end a ball game as Zach Seal smothers the ball at first, comes diving back across to record the out. And that is fantastic. Baltimore Dodgers win this one by a score of 5-4. We'll be back with a quick post-game wrap-up and an interview from Connor Newcomb. Right after this is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. And we're back here at Bob Babb Field where the Baltimore Dodgers come out on top by a score of 5-2. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, I got the wrong scoreboard up here. It's 5-4. The Baltimore Dodgers come out. An exciting play to end the game. We'll have the interview shortly. We're having a bit of technical difficulties, but big game, big win here for the Dodgers, Joey.
Yeah, definitely. Started off strong with the bats. Actually had 4 consecutive innings where the Dodgers scored at least 1 run. A large part of that today was Brandon McIlwain. Brandon McIlwain really had himself a day. A pair of singles drove home 3 of the 5 runs for the Baltimore Dodgers. And then on the mound, Casey Gast, through 6 innings, was able to pitch pretty well, keep him in the game. Gave up 2 earned runs. Connor Grove then was able to come in, execute the save for the Dodgers, picking up his first save of the year. A guy who's not seen a whole lot of time coming out of the bullpen. So good for Connor Grove, good for this Baltimore Dodgers team to pick up the first win in the doubleheader today. The Baltimore Dodgers are going to try to get that second one because now they're ahead of the Rockville Express 1 game in the North, and they're now 2 games out of the wild card spot. As you might not know, there are 2 divisions in the Cal Ripken League. Top 2 teams from each side are automatic qualifiers, and then the next 2 best records from the Cal Ripken League will get into the playoffs, into the postseason. Right now, the 2 next best records actually come from the opposite side. They come from the South Division of the Cal Ripken League. So the Baltimore Dodgers are trying to climb their way into playoff contention, make the playoffs for the first time in program history. So on the second game, we'll talk a little bit more about the second game here shortly, but all in all, a really good win for the Baltimore Dodgers, able to use their hitting and their pitching to secure a nice win.
And we've got our very own Connor Newcomb. He's got a couple ball players, Brandon McIlwain and starting pitcher Casey Gast, for the interview.
Testing. Oh, there we go. All right. 5-4 today. Oh, sweet. Casey Gast, starting pitcher for the Dodgers. It's a little trouble getting out of the 7th, but what was working for you through 6?
I mean, I control most of the pitches at least through 6, like you said.
What the heck? Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get that this game. We might be able to get it second game. Maybe we can get some comments from Casey and Brandon here before the game. As they're kind of like poking a little bit of fun at us right there now. As for whatever reason, the pair wasn't going very well with our on-field microphone. So unfortunately, couldn't get that part of it down, but the Dodgers do get the victory here in the first half of the doubleheader. We'll be back. The next doubleheader will start in about a half an hour or so. We'll be back for that. In the meantime, enjoy, again, some royalty-free music, and we'll be back for second game. Dodgers win this one 5-4. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball.